Congratulations, guys. You made it to second grade. Second grade, for me, is the first time that we actually start to teach the horse something. For kindergarten and first grade, basically you're just explaining to them who you are. You're introducing yourself and telling them, hey, I'm the boss. Nice to meet you. Now that you've established that you're the boss, what are we going to teach them? The answer is we're going to teach them to stand still. We like to call it desensitizing, or getting your horse to stand still no matter what's going on. I like to start with the lead rope because it's already there. Now remember, we push the horse off with the same lead rope, so it's very important that we control our body. Everybody wants to speak the language of the horse. Well, the language of the horse is nonverbal. Whenever I'm asking the horse to move around, I'm being assertive. I'm standing upright, I have tight shoulders, I'm asking the horse to move. Whenever I'm desensitizing, so when I swing this rope here, my shoulders are completely relaxed. I'm looking at you guys, not looking at my horse. As soon as I can swing a rope around him and he doesn't move off, he passed the test. As soon as I can touch the air around him, then I'm going to come and touch him. I'm going to throw the rope up here on his back. From the withers to the rear, it's called the weather shield. That's why whenever a storm comes, all the horses in the field are pointing in the same direction, because this is the least sensitive part of the horse. So this is where I'm going to start touching first. The next thing I'm going to do is a little cinch prep. Swing my rope up here just like this. Double up on my rope. Now here I'm going to put a little pressure. If he moves around, the trick to this is keep putting the pressure. Now that we have control of his face and he passed first grade, we'll be able to move him in a circle if he has a problem. All right, so we're going to double up the rope here. And here, we're just going to tighten up. You're going to keep this extra hand on the lead so that if your horse takes off, you're able to pull him around in a circle. The key to quick desensitizing and the key to communicating properly is only releasing when you're ready, not before. So if my horse was to have a real problem here, I would pull his head close to me so that I could stay inside the pocket. The pocket is right here beside the shoulder where I can't be struck and I can't get kicked. And if he moves in a circle, it'll be like the eye of the storm. From cinch prep, we'll come back here to his flanks. From there to the back legs. Now I want you to notice he has little problems with this. Notice how we just stay with him right here. When he soles up and freezes, we stop. Notice how this isn't approach and retreat. With a real sensitive, fiery horse like this, if we approach and retreat, he'll find out that anytime that he hops or bops or soles up, that he's gonna get a release. Here he doesn't get a release unless he stands still. I'm here to tell you guys a secret, jaw-dropping secret. The holy grail of horse training is this. If you could teach a horse how to, and you could teach a horse how to walk on a loose rein, no matter what's going on, you are creating value in that horse's life. Because no matter the breed, no matter the creed, no matter the size, the color, the weight, skinny, ugly, fat, tall, if a horse can stand still no matter what's going on and walk on a loose rein no matter what's going on, somebody will love them. They will be valued. But this is how we have to teach them. We'll do the same thing to the other side. Catch that rope under there. Tighten up on him. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. That's why we're over here. Again, he has a little problem. Whenever we touch his back legs, keep touching there. That's it. Perfect. He figured out on the other side that whenever he spun and moved off, that he didn't get a release. So this time he just took a step and then he stopped. Good job, buddy. From here, we're going to move on to our flag stick. All right, so 3 pro tips whenever it comes to desensitizing with the rope. Number 1, if you double up the rope, it makes it heavier, easy to swing. If you swing overhanded here, it's easy to switch from one side to the other. So I go from here. See how effortless that was? So double up your rope. Pro tip number 2 is to stay out of the danger zone. So whenever I desensitize the side of a horse, I don't do it from the front of him, because if he gets spooked, he'll come into my bubble. I'm gonna step off to the side here, and from here, I can toss the rope up, I can toss the rope around his legs, his flanks, whatever I wanna do, and I can do this confidently because I'm not in the danger zone. And step 3, whenever your horse does decide to move, and your horse will decide to move, whenever he doesn't like what's going on, don't release the pressure until he stops. If you do that, in 1 or 2 days, you can really desensitize a sensitive horse. If you approach and retreat, you will do this forever and feel like you're not getting anywhere. You want to be as clear as possible. And the clearest you can be with the horse is they feel pressure until they do exactly what you want. In this case, stand still. All right, guys, so we're still here in 2nd grade, but I want you to think about it like this. One of the few things that I really dislike about our American school system is if a kid could pass 2nd grade on day 1, why keep them there for a whole year? If they show you that they can pass the final exam, move on. So we have steps throughout 2nd grade, and as soon as he passes one, some horses I may have to desensitize with the rope for 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes a day. Other horses, Rico here, he just passed it in 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. So immediately move on to the next thing. The next thing in our desensitizing is a flag stick. We love the flag stick because you can work from a distance using our spacing. And remember, spacing is safety. So whenever we desensitize, just like when we started with the rope, we're starting from in front of him. We're gonna bring it right to his muzzle because this is what he uses to investigate things. Notice whenever we're in front of him, it really inhibits forward motion and has him not running and moving off. Very important that you pass 1st grade before you come to 2nd grade, because if you don't have his respect and his undivided attention and control of his head, if he gets scared of something, he'll just pull the rope out of your hand, and you don't want that. Straight from his nose to his neck to that weather shield. Work on his butt here, touch his flanks, underneath his belly. Perfect. Anything we do to one side, we do to the other. Notice how we stay on the same side as the flag stick. If the flag stick gets on the other side of us and we activate that other eye and he gets scared, that body's gonna come our way. Do you see how he's turning that way? That's dangerous. That should set off a red flag in your mind. I want his face to always be pointing in my direction so that if he gets afraid, he can move off into this free open space and not towards me. Another thing, very common in horsemanship, I always hear about the left and the right side of the horse's mind, and that's absolutely true. Anything you do to one side, you have to do to the other. But they have 4 quadrants of their vision: left, right, above, and below. That's why you can be on a broke horse and cross over a spot jumping like the Grand Prix. Or have you ever been on a broke horse and the horse lose their mind? Because they don't have a lot of desensitizing. Right up here in this blind spot where you're gonna be. Notice whenever I work this spot here, I've already passed the test of having the flag stick on both sides of him. And now whenever I cross over from one spot to the other, I immediately bring the flag stick right back to myself. So that if he is the spook, he's gonna spook with the flag stick on my side. And that's how we flag a horse. Three pro tips to flagging a horse is this. Make sure the flag stick is staying on your side whenever you're desensitizing your horse so that your horse doesn't come into your bubble or run you over. Number 2, if your horse jumps or spooks or bops, don't freeze up. When it comes to horse and rider relationships, either the horse is going to freeze the rider up or the rider is going to freeze the horse up. What we're trying to instill in this horse, if you don't know what to do, freeze. If you're scared, freeze. If you're lost, freeze. It's not a horse's fear that hurts you, it's their reaction to that fear. And if we can convince him whenever he doesn't know what to do to freeze, we're making a very safe, user-friendly horse. The third and final pro tip, whenever you're introducing this flag stick to your horse, make sure you introduce it to him above their chest. If you introduce it to his muzzle from here, you're inviting of a strike, and I don't want your horses striking it out at you, so make sure it's above his chest line, right here to his muzzle. And if he runs backwards and sideways, that's okay, because for the first time, you'll be physically faster than him, and you just keep walking with him until he freezes. Once he freezes, then you release and pet. All right, guys, so our horse has gotten used to the flag stick, gotten used to the rope, so every time they pass the test, we just move on to the next thing. The next thing we're gonna do is use our tarp. Notice how we used the most space, which was the rope, then we lessen that space with a flag stick, and now we're gonna be hands-on with a tarp. The same order, we're gonna introduce it to his muzzle. From here, touch his neck, Come up here, we're gonna pet his back, rub it all over him like we're washing him down. Now we're gonna tie a little loop around his neck here. Give him the Superman cape. Do you guys know why horse trainers love a blue tarp? If you don't know, it's because it works on their sight, sound, and touch, the 3 senses of desensitizing. Also, it's cheap. The next thing, they can't get hurt with it. If they step on it, it just rips or busts. They're never in a position where they're gonna be harmed by the blue tarp. So it's just a great tool to have, easy to pick up at any hardware store or dollar store around. Just an awesome tool in a horseman's arsenal. The best measurements that we like to use is 6x8. 6x8 is gonna be not too big of a tarp. It's gonna be cheap, $2, $3 at any dollar store. You can find it anywhere. And again, we can touch all over the horse, making all this noise and racket. It's big, it's loud. We're never wanting to do the bare minimum. We always wanna prepare the horse for real life. So many people use a round pen or an arena as the ideal world, and then whenever you take the horse out on the trail and life hits them, something happens, the horse doesn't know how to react to adversity. So all we're trying to do is go through some adversity with our horse so that he knows, hey, they'll save me. They'll make sure that I'm safe and nothing happens to me. This helps you build a bond with your horse quickly and directly. All right, guys, so we're almost done with 2nd grade. We've already put the rope on him, flanked him, prep cinch, touched his back legs, his front legs. We went from there to the flag stick, touched him all over. Then we gave him a blue cape like Superman. And the last thing that we like to do is use our soccer ball. Again, we just want to be the least scary thing that's ever been on his back when we get to his back. And we want to see what his reaction is when he's uncomfortable. Most horses have one good defense. So if there's a kicker, they're going to throw a kick at it. If they're a biter, they're going to throw a bite at it. A striker will try to strike at it. None of this is bad behavior, it's horse behavior. And we just want to know who we're dealing with. So we're going to take the soccer ball here, introduce it to his muzzle, then right up to his back. You'll see us doing this in colt starting competitions on day 1. Because by the time that we put the saddle on their back, the saddle's already the least scary thing that the horse has ever had on their back, so it's never a big deal. So many people have a problem putting a saddle on a horse because it's the most scary thing that's ever been on their back. The reason that we want the saddle to be the least scary thing is because with that 40 pounds of saddle that we have, it makes us very immobile. With all this stuff, it's so light that whenever the horse decides to move or surge or have a little booger, we're able to go right there with him, step for step, stride for stride, and only release that pressure whenever he stands still. But you see, we've created a pattern of standing still, and now we have a horse here that when he doesn't know what to do, he freezes up for us, making him very safe and user-friendly. The 3 pro tips for 2nd grade are, number 1, whenever your horse decides to move, make sure you keep that pressure going until they stand still. If you can do this until the moment he freezes, and then you release the pressure, it's going to be very black and white to the horse what you're asking. And remember, the holy grail of horse training is only 2 things. If they can stand still no matter what's going on, and if they can walk on a loose rein no matter what's going on, they're going to live a good quality of life after they leave your presence. So keep that pressure until they stand still. Pro tip number 2, whenever you're desensitizing with this stuff, always desensitize with distance first. That's why we start with the rope, go to the flag stick, then come in and use the tarp. And pro tip number 3, you want to work on the 4 quadrants of their vision. You also want to make sure that you work on sight, sound, and touch. If you do these things, you're going to have a horse that's very forgiving and ready for anything that's out there. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure to get in the comments below and give us your feedback. Let us know what all problems you're having, if you're having any problems with the steps, if there's more videos or problems that you would like to see. We just want to better help you bond with your horse and help fix some of your equine problems and reach your equine goals.